Hi guys, and a big welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, for those who don't know me. If you already do, hello again. It is coming up to Halloween and I haven't done a tutorial. I am not amazing at Halloween makeup, but my little skeleton is my shining star. So first I would share this bad boy with you today. Oh Nana, what's in my name? So first and foremost, you are going to need some of these little cosmetic wedge bad boys. You can get these in Primark. I got mine in my local pound shop. And where else did I see someone? I picked them up. B&M. Sweet baby Jesus, that was a while. Now I'm going to be using a lot of the Revolution Soph X makeup line, face painting makeup line thing from last year. I'm pretty sure you can get them this year as well. So we're going to start with a cleansed, dry, moisturised face, and we're going in with the Soph X Ghost Whitener. Brighten and whiten your complexion. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm kind of doing a skeleton but not fully white face, so we are going to take some of this on the back of our hands. Oh, might want to give it a shake actually. Do we need to give it a shake? It's chill. I'm just going to pop it on the back of my hand. Ain't nothing snazzy and nothing jazzy about that, guys. And then I'm going to take it onto my little sponge and I'm just popping this all over kind of bearded area. Imagine where Santa Claus would have his beard. Think of that. It's a long ass process, man. Then we're going to take it just onto our nose too, because of course we're going to do the good old skeleton nose. There we go, guys. Now you don't want to powder that down because it's got a bit of slip to it that is going to really play in your favour. Do not powder it. Next, I'm going to move on to my Soph X Spectre Soph X palette. I hope I said that right. So at that palette, we're going to be using mainly the black, the white, and the grey. I'm not using the reds or the blues. You're going to want a fair few detailer brushes, so stuff that looks like this. I've got the Real Techniques detailer brush, the Real Techniques accent brush, the Real Techniques eyeliner brush, and a crap old lip brush that I've had for centuries. I'm not messing. I'm going to start by going into that black in the palette, just give that little fine line brush a good swirl in. I'm going to start by marking out where we want our skeletal teeth. Don't worry too much about being too precise on this step because we're going to blend it all in a bit. I like following where I do my contour. Well, obviously I wouldn't do my contour right down here where the hollows in my cheeks are. There we go. Obviously I put a line down the middle as to kind of where my first teeth mark would be, and then I like going to my nose, kind of the corner of my nose, and then put one in the middle. Oh, it tickles. Actual child. And then you're just gonna do that for the rest of this teeth marks. Don't be too precise on how many teeth you're putting in. Like, if somebody wants to come to your face and count the teeth you've got, if you're at a Halloween party, they are lame. Lame. I don't even know how many teeth a human is actually meant to have. I should have listened more in school, man. There we go. We've got our kind of guideline in there. Nothing too precise, do not worry about that. And then we're going to go back in with this black. Get them lips covered. Again, not being too neat here. What I'm doing here is I'm laying quite a lot of black along that line, because we're going to use this to pull it up in a minute to create teeth-like structures. Please don't be scared about being too messy. There is not a lot of tidiness about this look. I'm going to switch up brushes now. So we're going to take a nice detailed brush. This is the detailer brush from Real Techniques. And before we start doing the technique of pulling out our teeth, I like just tapping this brush into the white. And then you're just going to pull up just like that. Now do yourself a favour, sorry my lights are going to change quite a bit during this, don't hold your brush and pull down, you want to pull that paint up, so you are kind of holding your arm up. If you find your brush is holding onto a lot of the black, just give it a little rub off on the back of your hand, go back into a bit of that white. And then we're going to do exactly the same on the bottom row, except we're going to pull down. Don't be afraid to go up onto your lip as well, because obviously a skull wouldn't have lips. So this is what we're looking like up to now. Just going to touch up a couple of them. Don't be afraid to add a bit more black on either. So when you're kind of happy with how it's looking, just take your sponge again, go into the white and start blending just underneath the teeth. Now I did put a lot of black on that middle line, so if you need a little bit more white, just pop a little bit on the back of your hand, just to lighten it up a little bit. This also gives kind of like a blended illusion, so it's almost like you can get away with it not being too good, which can sometimes be questionable. And then I'm just going to blend out these edges a bit. I mean, you can keep as many teeth as you want. And then I'm just going to go up top too. Blend that in a bit. At this point, I like to blend some foundation in. So I'm going to go in with my Revolution Fast Base Stick Foundation. This is in shade F5. It is too dark for me, but it's really good to blend into this. And I feel like once you've got all your makeup on, don't really matter. So I'm going to take the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush just to buff this in. I'm going to tap it in under my eye just where it's going to meet that white. If you can use if you prefer, to use a sponge, then by all means do so. I just quite like a brush with a stick foundation. Now, you can do your eyes before your foundation. I do them both way round. Like, I'll do the foundation now, or I would have done the eyes first. Just depends how I'm feeling. And to be completely honest, I kind of forgot to do my eyes, so I'm going to do them now. Again, we've not set anything down yet. We're going to go in with the black shade in the Soph X palette, and I'm just going to go in with kind of like a flat concealer brush. Just a cheap one. Just going to pick that up on my little brush, and then I'm just going to get right in on my eyes. Take it right up to your eyebrow. I mean, you can take it as far up as you want, but I think it looks quite good like this. And get out of doing your eyebrows. Win-win. Again, you can bring this as low down as you want. It's completely up to you. I'm going to start bringing it slightly down the sides of my nose now. And then tuck it in just around the sides of my nose. And I'm going to use a blending brush in a minute to blend that out. And then obviously I need to get the little tip of my nose too. Again, whatever shape you want to go on your nose is completely up to you. You can customise this look as much or as little as you want. I like my nose quite big because I feel like if I don't do it like this, I look like the dog filter on Snapchat. Like I'm not messing. So I'm now going to take a blendy brush just to give everything a little blend out. Something nice and fluffy. What am I going to use? Oh my god. No. Oh my god. Okay. Just a oversized fluffy eyeshadow brush. Again, it's completely up to you how neat or as messy you want your lines. I don't like them neat. I like them quite messy. So we're now going to start introducing some powder. I'm going to use the Ghost Sculpt from Revolution. And I'm going to go in with the black from this palette on exactly the same brush I've just blended everything out with. I'm going to start patting that down. This black is amazing and is a killer black eyeshadow all year round, not just for Halloween. I'm now going to take the white in this palette and I'm going to change my brush. You're going to want another nice fluffy brush. I'm going to grab a Morphe, quite a big eyeshadow brush, going into the white. Let's start giving a little blend on these edges. I'm just going to go in with a translucent powder now and just set around my foundation and help blend them lines in too. So I'm going in with the Airspun and a Real Techniques multitask cheek brush. I can get away with using the Airspun with this foundation stick. I've got to be careful using it with a foundation that I get on with normally, because I can't really wear this foundation stick every day because it makes me look quite heavy and cakey. Like I already look heavy without the foundation. You know what I mean. Be careful around your nose because remember we haven't powdered that just yet. And we're just going to pop some of that black powder from the Sculpt over my little black nose, just on a nice shadow brush. Now if, like me, you are a little bit of an oily mess, you're going to want to set this down as well. So if you're happy with it, I quite like that. I'm going to go in with the Sculpt for this, and I'm going to take like a duo fibre stipple and brush. This is the Revolution F103, and I'm going to go first into that white. I'm just tapping over very lightly. You don't want to pull because you're going to remove all the work that you've done. And be careful because the brush has picked up just too much of the black now and it's going to start moving that colour around. So you're going to want to change your brush. Just going to go in with another powder brush. There we go. So now that's all patted down, you can go in with some powder for the black as well. So you're going to want a detailed brush for this. So grabbing a little detailed Morphe brush, I'm going to go into the black in this Sculpt. I'm just lightly flicking up over the lines we've already put in. I'm just going to darken up my lips with that powder too. Please be very gentle with this bit. You don't want to put too much powder on. You almost don't want to be able to tell you've done this step. So I did go a little bit too far down just on my chin area, and I just used the same technique as earlier. I took that sponge and just patted out, repowdered. Now you can fix any little bits and bobs you want on these teeth before we go on to the final stages of the look. So just to kind of finalise everything and bring it all together, I'm just going to add some kohl liner. Going into my lower and upper waterline. So do feel free to add lashes and mascara to this look if you want to. I'm not going to because I don't think it needs it. I'm just going to finish off with some highlighter. So I've got the Soph Highlighter Palette here from Makeup Revolution, and I'm going to use this purpley shade here. I think it looks beautiful on a look like this. So I'm just going in with a Real Technique strobe and fan brush. And there we go, guys, that's the completed skeleton look. Nice and simple, nice and quick, not too complicated. Whew. And you're all ready to go, and it didn't take you a whole lot of time, a whole lot of money. Just throw on your little skeleton suit and you can have a ball. Please do like, share and subscribe this video. I would be so grateful. I hope you all have a wonderful Halloween, and I hope you found this video useful, funny. I just hope you got something from it. Until the next time, guys,